Good morning, everyone. This is Rafe Cal. This is World 8. We're starting off strong. No, but seriously, though. This is World 8 of Lost Levels. Lost Levels is a complete mess of a game. It has a lot of mechanics in it that I'm not a huge fan of. A lot of level design I'm not a huge fan of. Seriously. I kind of had a moment there to process. I've already died so many times, it's impressive. And that was a red piranha plant, and I did not mean to actually walk into it. Okay. We're gonna get through this. I know there's extra levels in Lost Levels, but I can't remember if you actually have to do them or if it's something weird. I love how they don't even give you that clearance for being small. Most Mario games, when they have stuff like that, will hit you while you're big, but not while you're small. I'm assuming that's just to give you a little, kind of like that one right there. That was close. Okay. Slight mistime on the jump there. We're gonna die a lot. If you haven't watched the other videos in this series, it is basically just a chronicle of repeated death. I love how the wind kicks in there like a second before. Seriously? And it ends right there, like right as you're getting to that long jump where you really need that little bit of extra momentum. Okay, we're gonna do a little experimenting here. There we go. I figured there must be a mushroom somewhere in that giant long series of blocks. Ugh. Hey, the wind kicks in right there. So yeah, I'm not actually 100% sure if 8 actually ends Lost Levels. I know that there are extra levels. I just don't know what the context for that is. I think it's... yeah, there we go. Now the way's clear, so these guys should actually just continue, and we can do this. Well. Seriously? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, these jumps get ridiculous. The bounces for these Koopa Troopas are very... like, when you bounce off a Koopa Troopa in this game, it is not a big bounce, and you don't have a lot of control because of the way the momentum works. So, we're very much still kind of at the mercy of it. You have to get it right away. Crap. How are you supposed to do that? Like, you have to get him on screen so he has time to go down? How are you supposed to know that? I'll say again, it amazes me how much playing this game has felt like playing the bad levels on Super Mario Maker. There we go. Like, the random elements with the Hammer Brothers, the fact that the timing is specifically designed to get you on so many of these jumps, or they're extremely tight, and if you don't happen to play it the same way the person designing the level played it, like if you hold... I know one of the things I've run into is there are certain levels that I've designed in Mario Maker where it feels easy to me, but that's because I configured the level based on the way I would do it. So it's configured on the place I do my jumps, stuff like that. Jump too late there. And the one nice thing with Mario Maker compared to this, with a lot of those, is the fact that... oh my gosh, are you serious? Is the fact that in Mario Maker, most of the people will put in things like trails of coins or other indicators marking your path. So that even if people don't naturally move this exact same way as far as like where you launch your jump, how far from the edge do you jump, stuff like that. You can do things like coin trails to kind of mark where you want people to jump. And it gives you this like really cool thing where you have an after image where you can trace Mario's path as you're playing. So that when you... okay. You know what, I'm gonna try this. We're gonna get the Koopa Troopa on screen. There we go. And see if we can do this. Are you serious? I have no idea how that just happened. Okay. Little Hammer Brother dance. And then, oh my gosh, and then miss an easy jump. Okay, do we get a halfway point on this? Nope, it's level 8. So yeah, in Mario Maker, some of these really tough jumps would have better telegraphing as far as being designed so that you could do them, or intentionally being designed so that you can't. And at that point, you can hold the level creator accountable and be upset about it. There's no indicators on these, on where you jump. There's a lot of stuff that kind of cuts you off. Ah, crap, I went far enough that it... This is awful. Okay. So yeah, to me, when you're designing a level, you should be able to do this and make that jump. The fact that you can't, you have to scroll the screen over. I got it once. That's the weird part. Like, it's not like it's impossible to do it. It's like there's a timing on it that if you didn't play the level the exact same way as the creators, the Koopa Troopa is not going to be in the right spot. So I'm not sure if it's something with the way that they spawn or something like that. I know it is with the Hammer Brother. Also, the wind keeps making me clip into blocks and it amuses the crap out of me. You have to get all the way to the edge to scroll this thing on. You barely have room to get momentum at that point. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. I'm pretty sure you can't make that jump unless you go up over the top like that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm not taking the risk at that point. Made it to 8-2. Okay, we'll eventually figure out what that is, I'm sure. That's a poison mushroom. And those are... I never noticed their little eyes before, that's really cute. Okay. Okay, so now, since we've gotten this, we should be able to go up here, and I'm guessing that this pipe is going to be a thing. Nope. That's probably a pipe you come out of, then. Okay. And, of course, wind. And springs. What? Okay. Again, there's some weird inconsistency. Maybe it's different colored springs or something that I'm not paying attention to. But, like, the springs in 7... Springs in World 7 are different than the springs in... right there. You know, they have that really high jump. Ugh. I am absolutely terrified right now that it's gonna... Okay, I did not mean to do that, but I'm gonna take it. Oh man, my heart just jumped right there when I missed that. Is that really, like... What? Okay, apparently I got really, really lucky. I'm guessing that this level, or that level loops, and that you, will have to just, like, that it'll reset itself, maybe? Okay, so this looks like one of the mushroom levels, except for with clouds, which is cool. Cool design. Okay. Can deal with this so far. I'm terrified right now of everything. But I can deal with this. Now, like this. Again, this is a blind jump. You literally don't know what's going on at the end of this. There we go. There's a platform at the end. Or is that another Koopa? That's another Koopa Troopa. But I don't know whether I want to be high or low at the end of it. Okay. What? What? There must be... Okay, okay. I guess there must be a... There must be like a hidden block there? Thought I was gonna be timed right there. Didn't. Not enough. Okay. I'm actually really curious about whether 8-2 was one of those looping levels. I think it must be. Which again... I hate the way Lakitu's move. That one is just me complaining. I should have known better. Like, trying to land on Lakitu is actually very challenging. because of the way it moves and the way it reacts to you moving. What? Okay. So, this is when I want to take a moment to talk about hidden blocks. Hidden blocks with no indicators are occasionally a thing. I understand that. In Mario Maker, there are complaints. What? There are points where you can complain about certain placements of blocks. There are blocks that are intentionally placed where you would jump on the edge of a platform. Those are referred to as Kaizo blocks in a lot of them because they originated with the Kaizo Mario Maker ROM hacks. Or not originated, but like became prominent and are kind of part of that style of gameplay where part of the appeal with those ROM hacks is that they are extremely challenging, and part of that comes down to things like memorizing where these blocks are placed and having to do like very intricate like positions on your jumps because of that. I have gotten multiple they're poison mushrooms even. Oh boy. So I've gotten killed multiple times right there because there are blocks placed at specific points that would make sense to jump. So Nintendo's kind of trolling you there or intentionally screwing you over, and I don't mind that in this one because of the way that the continues work. But in Mario Maker, that sort of thing is kind of a feel bad because, you know, in like Super Expert, you have limited lives. And so levels where you have to trial and error your way through it are really frustrating. And it's, again, very unlike any other Mario game. Not that Mario games don't have hidden blocks, but they usually have some sort of indicator or pattern or reason behind it. Like, you can guess where they might be, or there's like I know when I do a lot of those levels, I'll use the background features to kind of mark where hidden blocks are. So like all of these spots with a lamp above them, or like a tree in the background at a specific spot, or a coin in a certain pattern, or something like that. You know, you use indicators so that people get clues when there are needed hidden blocks. Now, one of the features of a lot of troll levels is are there actually blocks where the marks say that they are? Which is a whole different can of worms. But this is Nintendo. I shouldn't be comparing them to troll levels in Mario Maker that are generally like things that Nintendo doesn't like. Like, Nintendo complains about some of these troll levels, and the community, like, gets frustrated with them and stuff. Now, I think as long as they were marked that way, that there's no problem with them personally, but that comes down to it's almost a consent thing at that point. Like, if people know that you're trying to trick them, that's a whole different can of worms. Because then you're looking for it, you're there for it, you are intentionally part of that experience, and you are there to enjoy it. You know what you're getting into. So I guess I have to walk slowly and see if I can wait for a jump, because I can't jump over him. Or at least I can't jump over him while I'm small, which is another weird thing, because I didn't hit it the first time because I was big. So it's actually positioned specifically that if you try and immediately jump over the Hammer Brother, you will hit that block if you are small, which will result in you running right into him. I did mention Spinies. I did mention when I was doing this that I'm going to try really, really hard to not end up... No, gotta be on the right side of the spring. Then I'm going to try really hard not to end up cursing at this game too much. If it keeps going after 8, I am not promising anything because this is already really bad. That was lucky, so I got a bad jump. I'm actually kind of mad at myself there because I really wanted to get... I really want to see if I can... Unfortunately, the Lakitu kind of screws it up. It's literally not even in that square, but okay. I kind of want to see if maybe I can get the Lakitu timing slightly... Well, no, because there's not another place to kill him. So one of my thoughts here is if I could get the Koopa shell going... Maybe if I ignore the Lakitu there, if I can get the red Koopa shell on top going right, I could use that to kill the Hammer Brothers. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but it seems like a possibility. The problem is that then you have Spinies to deal with. Nope. Little weird pause there ended up working. Don't remember what was here. Oh, that's right, this stupid jump. These moving Hammer Brothers are just cruel. I thought I was going to clip the Koopa Troopa there and get a bounce. I did not. I also don't think I really want to because the green Koopa Troopas don't give you good bounce. Maybe it's just the winged ones. I forgot about the hidden block thing. Oh my god. I did the whole section seamlessly. Like, I stopped overthinking it and just kind of went. And now I'm gonna be overthinking it again. But Lakitu also throws spinies in random patterns, so... Well, semi-random. Can you just literally make that jump? I think you can. Okay. We'll get this. I'm very curious how many lives. You can just make that. Okay, that's ridiculous. I love it. Screw you, Nintendo. You know, it's weird, because I was talking about how certain levels, once you figure out tricks to them, you can just kind of play and they have this flow to them. I'm not getting it for all of this level, but I'm starting to feel like there is like a second way that's like a flow to this. It doesn't involve that. There's a few of the enemies that kind of interrupt it. Missed the jump on that, but I'm pretty sure you can literally just take a running jump from there if you have the momentum. And if you keep moving fast enough, we should be able to make that jump over the Koopa Troopa. And Lakitu shouldn't actually get any spinies in our way, because by the time we land, that was a mistake. Because by the time we land, it should be fine. So it is surprisingly hard. There's a few frames after you land that you can't jump. And there's a few frames at the edge where your feet are not on the platform anymore. And so when you're jumping onto a one-block platform like that, you have a very narrow window to actually jump off of it, which is the problem I'm running into. I think I just need to take a running jump from the first Koopa Troopa. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. If you're enjoying this, I will be planning on playing some, or once I get my capture card, I am planning on playing some Mario Maker, and some of those will be these more challenging levels. There we go. Gotta land a little further back on the platform. Okay, see right there. Normally, what I like to do, if I can't get over a Hammer Brother, is to kind of do one of these, where you just kind of move back and forth and wait for them to jump. But because of the way that so they're throwing the hammer behind you and then moving forward. This is one of those opportunities where I'm kind of glad that I don't have a, where I'm kind of glad I don't have a webcam, because I am flailing occasionally or doing the classic parent playing video games move of moving with the controller. That just about made it, actually. I think I can basically just do that, and I'm not going to get it every time, but I think I can get that jump most of the time over the Hammer Brother. I need to stop doing that one. I need to just take a long jump and bounce. I keep saying that. So short hop there. Your instinct is not to take a long running jump at that spot. Like, it is very counterintuitive to do. Screw you, Lakitu. I'm very curious how many lives I actually used at this one. I'm pretty sure that's like 5 or 6 continues. Okay. So for the record, I think we can do this. I should have taken it slower. Okay, now we know. We have the last piece, knowledge-wise. So now it's just execution. And luck. For Hammer Brothers. That's one of the biggest things, is that the Hammer Brothers are random. I believe Lakitu is too. I might be wrong on that. But I'm almost positive that Hammer Brothers are, based on like the way that, I guess I don't know for this game specifically, but I know, well, no, because that's almost exactly the same. So maybe it is based on the way you run it, based on your timing. I was slightly off. I keep thinking about the poison mushrooms in Mario Maker with those, which chase you. Okay, that was 8-3. Let's enjoy your fireworks and get ready for the showdown. I'm honestly not sure. Okay, so I think I don't even know if you can make that jump. I feel like you might have to go down and back. I should actually make sure I do this just in case. Yeah, that's gonna be really annoying, but I think that's what you have to do. Okay. Really? My statement about Nintendo and Mario Maker troll levels continues. Like, playing this, Mario Maker makes so much more sense, and and Nintendo has no right to complain about anything ever. Jumping on one block. Can I make that if I start from before the block? We'll see. Actually, let's do this real quick, just as a test. Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't think you can get the momentum to jump from up here, because the ceiling's here. I think you actually need to do this back, or this little backwards jump. I think that's why this little platform is here. Nope. I probably could jump a little bit later than that, but I think I would clip the block. So I think it is actually a... Yeah. I'm pretty sure you need to do a short hop onto that one block and then jump off of it. Because screw me, that's why. So this particular jump at the very beginning, the trick to it is, if you jump straight up, it's very hard to get the momentum to go backwards. If you jump forward a little bit, you can get a better backwards tilt. I'm not sure what happened there. Just push the button. Oh, second, too late. Okay, so that's why that one is where it is. It's because that's where you'd want to jump for the short hop. Oh my gosh. This is just evil. Like, this is evil. This has to be the right way. There weren't a lot of water levels in this, which I'm okay with, because the water levels in this were really painful. Let's see if this is actually the right way, or if this is just gonna spit me back out at the beginning. Is this gonna trigger the piranha plant? Okay, this is that same kind of momentum that I was talking about. You need to get like a slight forward momentum and then a tilt back. The good news with that particular one is that it's not super hard. So hitting your head was actually intentional there. When you hit your head in the water, it pushes you down really hard. And not quite enough. You do need forward momentum, but you don't need a full running start like I was trying to do before. And the full running start is where you hit the where you end up hitting that hidden block. Yeah, if you hit your head while you, or anywhere in Mario, pretty much, you get a lot of downward momentum really fast. Honestly, hitting most walls in Mario will stop your momentum and possibly even bump you back a little bit. There's actually certain ones where you'll like want to hit a wall instead of just trying to do instead of doing like this sort of stop, because you see how you slow down and do like this little drag? If you bump a wall, you actually get a little bit more momentum. And going the opposite direction. And if you hit the ceiling, you go down fast. That's why there's so many of those jumps where if you hit something or hit your head on a hidden block or something like that, you're just done. And in the water there, I used that to dodge the blooper, because if you hit your head, you go down faster. And this game, unlike in like Mario 3, when you hold down, you get this really good, you go down really fast. Not quite enough. I am suspecting I'm going to have to do this a lot. Having an efficient way to get through some of this is going to be nice. So I'm sure I won't get all of it perfect all the time, because it is fairly hard. But it seems like those little hops are kind of the way to do it. Went a little too far down that time. If I'm remembering correctly, bloopers kind of move based on... so they move towards Mario, but then they also move the way you're facing to an extent. If I'm remembering correctly. Okay. God, I hate this. I'm jumping too far out. I need to just jump ever so slightly less out. I don't feel like I'm doing anything that different, but it is reacting really differently because of the situation. That was a really good shot from that fireball. It's good sniping. I'm sure that there's more after this. I like got halfway into that and realized that that fire bar was going to be in my way. Just kind of gave up. Okay, I almost actually landed on the edge of that pipe that time. Do 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 do. I did say I was gonna die a lot. I knew from the beginning of this that I was planning on doing 8 as its own video. Now I'm starting to wonder if I should have done like 8, I'm starting to wonder if I should have done 8182 as its own video and 8384 as its own video. Because I'm pretty sure that the time... Like, my original barometer was the first 3 worlds I kind of knew about how it was about a half hour, and it was about 25 lives. About 5 continues, I think. And I'm pretty sure... So worlds 4 and 5, I'm pretty sure we're about the same. Slipped too far. About a half, it was a little longer, but it was about 5 continues again, I believe. I have no idea how long it's been, because I apparently don't have my phone on me. But, that was, like, I'm pretty sure I've had about 5 continues per stage on this one. Nope, not enough. Still not enough. So, this is one thing, and one of the reasons that I am hesitant about doing certain games, and one thing with, including Mario ROM hacks to an extent, is these type of games that require a lot of grinding, that require a lot of trial and error, that require a lot of repetition and doing the same sections over and over again, trying to make progress. I personally, well, first of all, they're harder to keep talking during, just because of the way that they are. There's nothing new to talk about, so I end up struggling on that front. The other piece with it is they end up being a lot of repetitious footage, which too far. So the part of the problem I'm having here is you can't stand above it. You have to move off to the side to trigger it, because I think if you jump off to the right and then come back down without triggering it first, it is going to spawn the piranha plant so that you land on it as you come down. I'm trying to kind of get ahead of that by moving off to the left first and then moving across to the right, but I'm getting too much right momentum because of that. Yeah, I'm not screwing around with this one and trying to do the other pipe jump. Yeah, they seem to be manipulatable that way. That was not exactly what I was trying to do, but that's okay. Like that. If you move off to the side and then land back on the pipe, it does that. Thank you for the demonstration, game. So I was trying to do that to get a little bit more momentum. Now I'm scared. And now I'm being dumb. I guess this is the other piece with doing these games is so a lot of people who do these type of games will use edited videos on YouTube because they're doing it live on Twitch. So if people want to watch them just die over and over again, they can watch it on Twitch, but they have a more curated video that cuts out some of the rest for YouTube. Now, my process for doing these YouTube videos is I play the games and then I post the videos after a brief check just to make sure the quality isn't terrible. And even then, it's mostly just so I can put a content warning on saying, hey, I'm sorry, the quality is terrible, I'm aware. This is casual for me. This is not something I'm putting a ton of effort into. I just about did the exact same thing and realized it at the last minute. There we go. The worst part is, okay, so if I move off to the left here, which I'm going to, it's going to be the piranha plant coming back. One of these is going to be a poison mushroom, yep. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a real mushroom. I was kind of hoping, but I wasn't banking on it by any means. Are you serious? Screw you, Nintendo. I finally get through that really hard part, and you put a stupid block over my head to kill me? That's a long fire bar. I was not expecting that. I'm glad I stopped. That despawned, which means I think we're close to Bowser. Or this is gonna loop. Oh my gosh, it loops. No. Okay, we're gonna lure the blooper over here and actually kill him. Oh no. No, 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 no. Not like this. Not like this. That was exactly the same room. I really hope that isn't just a loop. It is. Okay, so this is a further maze than I was expecting, and I'm not going the right way. Okay. You know what? We're gonna try something here. Okay. That answers that. It gives the boom tone. So that is telling you are going the wrong way. Maybe you have to go through a loop of that area. Maybe there's a second path that I'm not seeing. I'm guessing it's a different way over to the right, or maybe you have to go over instead of riding on the platform on the bottom. I may be taking a short break to look this up. If it goes too much further, because the platforming on this is hard enough without adding in the fact that I actually don't know if I can beat this. Like, I almost ran out of time just getting through it regularly. Again, intentionally bonking my head there to try and get a little bit of extra distance. And too far right. That's gonna be a death. I literally just dropped my controller. Okay. Yeah, some of these are just dumb, and I'm very much getting tilted here. We're not quite at Castlevania levels of tilted, but we're getting close, and I really don't want to abandon this one. Like, if I need to figure it out, I am literally just going to go look it up. I've done that before. I don't feel that bad about going and looking up how to get past something that's really stupid like this. And it is. Like, I want to be extremely clear. Really hard platforming with these maze-type levels. Like, I've lost a lot of lives and spent a lot of time just trying to get past this first section. The fact that I finally get past it, the fact that I finally get through these, again, another relatively hard section that comes after it, with no checkpoints, is bad enough as it is. The fact that it is also then a maze where the clear path, even the not clear paths, like I figured certain ones of these out right away, because I figured that was going to be a simple loop and that it was going to be sensible, but that loops all the way back to here. So you have to redo entire sections of it. That does explain why this part wasn't as complicated as the Bowser Castle water section in Mario 1. I hate this jump. I just wanted to check. It seemed like the type of thing it would do. What? So yeah. I'm frustrated, and I'm sure that it's not making this easier, because I'm trying to rush and doing dumb things. That section right there, the timing on that jump is actually a lot harder than it looks. Because you have to get that running jump, and because the fireball is semi-random. Like, you don't know how long it's going to stay in the lava. That was bad. So ideally, you need to do the jump while the fireball is up, but you don't know when. But if the fire bar is not in position while the fireball is up, then you end up with something like that. So you're watching the fireball, waiting for the right moment, but you're not paying as much attention to the fire bar, except for the fact that it's not immediately in the way, and so you end up landing on it. I'm not sure if you can actually guide the bloopers, but it does feel like you can. I'm not even sure what happened with that guy. Okay, spawn the blooper. Actually get the jump off. Nothing in that pipe. Okay, I think the trick here. Jesus, is this seriously what it is? I think I have to get that Koopa Troopa while it's on its furthest out. I need a little more momentum, which means I actually need to time it with the Piranha Plant also. And then bounce off, clear to the top platform there, and I think that'll do it. That's my guess. That's the only thing I can think of that I could do differently there. There may have been another thing with the pipes at the end. Okay, now I'm overthinking. Again, you can't know how long it's going to stay down. So if there are just 2 pipes at the end, that brings me to another random Mario Maker thing that people, like that good creators often complain about, which is pick a pipe. Pick a pipe in Mario Maker refers to when there is a series of well, in a lot of cases in those, it is directly relating to death. It is, okay, there's 2 pipes here. One of them instantly kills you with no chance of you doing it, and the other one is the way to go. And because you don't actually have any, and there's no indicator, there's no plan, there's no pattern, there's no clues. So it's just a random pick a pipe, and you die half the time by sheer luck. Yep, that's fine. No, you gotta go the other way. Okay, that'll work. What? Okay, well at least I got the tone that time instead of going down a pipe and looping. I guess maybe the other option is maybe you just keep going there. Maybe I was going the right way, and I'm gonna sit here and waste my time going the wrong way, and I just needed to do the same thing again. Which is, again, confusing and ironically also a Mario Maker phenomenon, kind of, which is called Twice, which is designing a section of the level to be exactly the same as another section, so that it looks like you're just back in the same spot, but but it's actually slightly different, or actually making progress, so to trick the user. In that case, it is actually an intentional thing that's generally clever and done well, but it is a thing to trick people in control levels, not a really high level design, good level design thing, because there's no way you can really know how to do it. Unless there's little clues, which is actually what makes it really fun, is when you have little clues in. Okay, so it is not jumping over this. It is going the bottom way. Wait, you can go down this pipe. Okay, so I think this is the loop back. This must be the loop back I did before, which is probably wrong then. Okay, so there must be something after that point in the loop then. And unfortunately, I'm down to like 200 seconds, so I'm probably not going to be able to fully make it, but that's okay. I should have killed that. It's gonna keep chasing me probably. What? What did I do wrong? There's clearly some other way to do that last section that I'm not seeing. Maybe a very specific path there. Yeah, that was just bad. Maybe there's like a hidden block. Maybe there's like a jump you have to do without landing on the platform. Okay, we're gonna hold right here. I'm gonna look this up. Okay, so lost levels. Hey, weird. When I Google that, it comes up right away. I'm shocked by this. Okay. Okay. Layout. Okay, fall below. Yep. Avoiding the hidden block with a lava bubble. First warp pipe with the piranha plant. Yep. Bloopers and fire bars. Yep. Power up in a hidden block on the wall to the left. Nice. And then jump onto the platform to the right. Jump around it to land on the warp pipe below. Yep. 3 piranha plants, 2 Koopa paratroopers, and a blooper. Yep. Poison mushroom can be found in a question mark block and a hidden block. Yep. Going down the third pipe will take the water back into the underwater room. To progress, the player needs to take the lower path of stone platforms and dash, not jump. Okay. Oh my gosh, we're not even close. Bounce off Koopa paratroopers to the right to reach the warp pipe. And then you have to... The second warp pipe leads back to the beginning, so we don't want that. There are hidden blocks preventing you from jumping out of the pit where the pipe is. Oh my gosh. That's evil. So you actually, if you fall in the pit with this second warp pipe, it traps you there and takes you back to the beginning and forces you to start over. And then after the pipes is Bowser's brother, who breathe fire and throw hammers. After the long hall, there's a falling platform, a hanging piranha plant, and a buzzy beetle with Bowser. Okay, so you actually have to beat Bowser twice here. One of the times you can't kill him unless you have fire, so you have to get, and there's no axe. You have to just avoid him. And there's a hidden pipe that takes you back to the beginning, and you are trapped there if you make it that way. Which is actually, ironically, another troll phenomena in Mario Maker, which in that case is usually called checkpoint 1 or checkpoint 0. And basically what it is so in Mario Maker you can have 2 checkpoints. So a lot of times what it'll be is in a troll level, when you get to a certain point, you get your second checkpoint, but then there will be a trap which will then take you back to the first checkpoint and make you redo that section. I'm not sure if this is actually a completely good thing because... Okay, never mind. It's not that hard to make that jump. I was a little worried. Two Koopa Paratroopas. Unfortunately, I was not paying attention and hit that. Okay, so the trick here, apparently, is you can't go over that stone block. So you have to hit that first stone block, dash across to the second one, and then jump up without hitting that middle stone block. Or jumping between them. Yeah, I would not have thought of that for quite a while. That is a ridiculous path. A ridiculous slight difference in the routing that you're taking that I would not have thought about. I should have been more patient there, and I'm dumb. We're gonna be here a while, folks. At least I have the mushroom option. That was really weird. Like, there's a small part of me that wants to resort to save states. Like, when I got frustrated in Mario 2, that's kind of what I ended up doing. And there's several other older games, older videos that I've done that in. Because, like Mega Man X, which that one made a little more sense, because I didn't want to make people watch as I recharged between every Sigma attempt. Like, I had a way to farm health and stuff. I just wanted to not have to refill my energy tanks every time on screen. But it was still, you know, resorting to save states, and I felt kind of bad about it. I'm kind of getting that same feeling here, where I feel like I'm wasting your time, which I hate, because... Like, I'm sure there are people who were yelling at the screen that, oh, well, you just take that lower path. But it's one of those, it's not intuitive at all to me. Like, yes, there are 3 paths, and yes, it is the lowest one, and yes, that makes sense in retrospect. That was too far. Guess we're gonna keep grinding. Because, yeah. Now, I know there is actually more after this. I did see that as I was looking it up. But I'm not exactly sure how that works. Like, if it's a secret path or something where you have to do it a certain way. I think it is. So I think we're probably stopping at 8-4 regardless, unless it is an immediate continuation. I think it might be like a second quest thing or something like that, where kind of like where in Mario 1, if you finish the game, you can go back and do a run where Goombas are replaced by fast-moving Buzzy Beetles. I think it's something like that, where you have to do a second quest that is harder to then unlock the final area. I mean, this video is done at 8-4 regardless. It's whether I go back to it in the series. I'm pretty sure this video is either at or slightly over an hour at this point also, which is great. Especially because I still don't, I literally haven't even seen the last section yet. So even if I have read what it's going to be, that's very different than actually knowing and playing it. That part is slightly different when you're big. It's slightly harder because you can hit your head on that one spot right there. I love how it hits you while you're standing on the block, but it also hits the right side of the block and bounces to the left. It's absolutely perfectly placed for that exact series of events that just happened. And of course, the worst part is, with all of this, that I'm running out of time. Every time this happens, I'm running out of time. Every time I make one of those mistakes and have to wait for a fire bar or a piranha plant, it's ticking the clock away, which Mario is generally not a game where you're worrying about the clock constantly. That's 3 times in a row. Okay. We're gonna go a little further. And I think in the choice between abandoning it and using save states, I'm gonna go with save states. If I can get back to that point, well. Because at this point, it doesn't feel like I'm making any progress. I'm falling, the platforming is really hard. There's a lot of sections that I'm just not getting the timing down right on because I'm being impatient. I'm making stupid mistakes. I'm dying in stupid ways, the same stupid ways over and over again. And yeah, it's not like with 8-3 where I found a really cool way to get through it in quick time. So I think what I'm gonna do is basically make a faux checkpoint. And it's gonna be right here. So I'm not gonna just cheese it with save states through the entire thing. I'm going to set a point where, okay, I no longer have to do that half of the game again. I'm not going to reset every single time. It's just going to be when I take a death, just like if I were playing the game normally. So from this point on, that's my checkpoint. I have a save state. I will just start at that point instead of at the beginning of the level. So you actually have to land and run. Part of the reason I'm doing that is also because, well, quite frankly, I'm sick of the same area over and over again. Part of it is also that I feel like keeping this mushroom is actually going to be really important. There we go. I landed too far. Okay. What? I don't get it. Like, I genuinely don't get it. The only other thing I can think of... Oh my god, are you serious? Okay. So you can't... It's not that you have to run over those two blocks. It's you have to run from the platform. You have to run from the platform. Okay. I'm gonna keep going even though I lost the mushroom just to test. I never would have come up with that on my own. Like, genuinely. And that's another one where you can't just run and jump. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the whole, the first Bowser that you have to fight, so you have to fight two. I'm fairly sure that the trick to it is that if you have fireballs, it's way easier. That's really hard because of the momentum of that platform. You have to, and the way that the firebar works, you actually have to time it so that you're running already when you get to that edge. You don't have time to get momentum up. So I think if we do something like this and jump in the lava, we will just die and put ourselves out of our misery instead of doing this awful castle over and over and over again. That was just terrible. That wasn't actually accurate enough. Okay. Screw you, game. Okay, so we can at least test this part, even though I don't have fireballs. Wait, what? pretty sure that's about what you need to do. Just land and run and don't stop. Which is silly and kind of awful and really specific, and I am amazed that it got figured out. Okay. So I'm not sure. Okay, so this is the Bowser's brother fight. There we go. That is really frustrating. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Oh my god. I should not have made that. That hammer was right on me, and with how janky those hitboxes are, I should be dead right now. Oh. All we need to do... Try a more difficult quest. No. Okay. I've been really frustrated and really harsh on this game for the last hour. Several hours, honestly. I am glad that Nintendo found its sense of level design with Mario 3, and I think that that is part of why Mario 3 is such an amazing game, is because they had their chance to learn lessons. Like, there's a lot of examples of this with games where there are little problems with the first game, or often with a first sequel, when they try and do something, and they go in a wrong direction, and it gets corrected. There's a lot of games like that. I mean, honestly, like Link to the Past, Zelda does that in a lot of ways as well. Super Metroid, where they go from Metroid 1 to Metroid 2, which was not a great game, to Metroid 3, or Super Metroid, which is an amazing game. I mean, even like Castlevania. Like, yes, Castlevania 3 is a complete pain in the ass, but it's really, like, it is still a well-designed game, even if it is obnoxiously difficult and has a lot of older game sensibilities that are really frustrating. The game design of it is really cool. Like, that's part of why I played it, even though it's super hard. It's because I love the lore and the design of Castlevania. I mean, there's a lot of games like that. And Mario's definitely one where it has had a lot of progression. It's learned a lot of things. Almost to the point where it has almost mellowed out a little too much in its old age. Like, Nintendo very specifically markets their games now to a very narrow demographic, which has earned them a lot of flack on their systems up until they started getting into the Wii era, where they started including more games again, because they were very against anything that would hurt their image in regards to marketing to kids. And one of the problems that has resulted in is that there's kind of this sensibility in a lot of Mario games which doesn't have a difficulty factor. And I'm not saying Mario games aren't ever hard, but I've struggled a lot more playing Mario 1 and lost levels than I have in a lot of other games, a lot of other Mario games, including some ROM hacks that were intentionally designed to be harder. Which I think says something. So yeah, this was a fun experiment that I will never repeat. I am looking forward to playing the other Mario games again. Mario 2 is one of my favorite Mario games. I didn't really feel like I did it justice because I really was not in a great place when I did like the first few levels, and then I came back to do World 7 later, and I really struggled on it. I was not in the right mindset for it. I was very frustrated, and I feel like this one, where I'm not going to have to start from 7-1 every time I game over, is going to make it a lot easier to actually do it justice. So, yeah. Sorry I ended up resorting to save states, but I genuinely feel like I saved us probably 15 to 20 minutes on that, and I'm sorry I had to look up the answer, but I will say I do not think I would have actually figured that out on my own with how specific it is. So I feel a little bad that it came down to that, but at this point, I am fairly okay with blaming Nintendo's level design choices. There should have been a checkpoint at that second pipe. There should have been a checkpoint at that pipe. I will not deny. I cannot think of a reason there should not have been, other than they can't do it with the maze levels. All of the maze levels in this game don't have checkpoints. So, like, that makes more sense, but with how difficult this is, it needs checkpoints. End rant. I still had fun with this. Most of it. Genuinely, this last level is the only part that I'm actually really mad about. The whole rest of the game, there was a lot of challenge to it, but it was a challenge that I overall still got something out of. When I finished it, I felt like I was getting over, I was like even 8-3. I was really getting into the groove of that level by the end. I was feeling like the way that it works. And yes, I was still frustrated with some of the jankier parts, but I felt like I was getting it down by the end. So, yeah. Hopefully you still enjoyed despite all of that. If you're still watching, I really hope you did, because actually I'd be really confused if you were still watching at this point and you didn't enjoy it, because that went on for a real long time. If you did, give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. This is going to be part of a series with all of Mario All-Stars, kind of while I wait for my new computer parts to get here. Unfortunately, you can't really have a computer without a motherboard for some reason. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Even if you just want to tell me how awful I am for using save states or whatever, let me know. Like, if people really feel strongly about it, I'll try and avoid doing it in the future. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.